That one time I joined the Illuminati opens with the sound of keyboard clicking and white on black text, which appears on the screen. A letter from Lou Wall explaining that for the last 3 months of lockdown, they have spent their time trolling conspiracy groups to debunk them, and because they thought it would be funny. They tell us it was, but it was also weird, exhausting, scary, horny, time-consuming and lonely, which is an excellent summation of the conspiracy theory world. Now, full disclosure, in the 90s, I was as much into conspiracy theories as the next role-playing, X-Files watching weirdo. Back when it was still fun. When the conspiracies centered around JFK and the Knights Templar. Back when you could make yourself a Pope Episcopos just by declaring yourself one. And you could appoint new popes by pointing at someone and saying, guess what? You're a pope now. Oh, and guess what? By watching this, you're all popes now. Eris be with you. But conspiracy theories have come a long way from the distant days of my poorly spent youth and now come with real-world consequences and a whole bunch of far-right wackos and wellness industry yoga moms scamming the poor and disaffected to make money, spread hate, and foment violence. Q, white replacement theory, OAN, and Fox News have a whole generation of rage-filled, entitled, mostly white men telling the world that a cabal of satanic pedophiles run the government and Hollywood via a deep state mechanism that harvests adrenochrome by drinking the blood of terrified mole children and refusing to wear masks or get a vaccine against a genuinely deadly virus that has engulfed the whole world. It's not so much that this is a new thing. The satirical conspiracies of the 1960s and the 1970s, the Principia Discordia, the Church of the Subgenius, they've all quietly slunk away from the party like a tired Gen Xer hanging up their flannel shirt and going to bed before 8:30 because it's all just too much. And conspiracy theories have returned to their historical roots in white supremacy and anti-Semitism. The protocols of the Elders of Zion and the blood libel are back with a vengeance, wearing the face of outraged middle-class privilege and knockoff $2 store high-vis gear. The production values in That One Time I Joined the Illuminati are excellent from the get-go. The opening music video features terrific effects and editing. Wall's journey begins with a triangular-shaped crap, which leads them to the internet and a post that tells them they're being targeted by the New World Order, which is a little on the nose, figuratively and literally. Jung would call this porcelain encounter of the turd kind, I'm sorry I couldn't help myself, an encounter with the numinous. Following the advice of Jaeger_bomb1, they go in search of more triangles. Pyramids, more properly. And of course, they find them everywhere in a blaze of confirmation bias, the same reason I still see 23s everywhere. During this early stage in their journey into Weirdsville, Wall ends up in hospital with inflamed lymph nodes. So already, the combination of lockdown fatigue, depression, and isolation is resulting in the magical thinking and warped pattern recognition that forms the ideal breeding ground for conspiracy theories. It's a dangerous game they're playing, and I can't help but worry for them, even though, having chatted with them only recently on this channel, I'm pretty sure they've got enough ironic self-awareness and the anchor of a fringe show deadline coming up to keep them together. Still, that stuff takes a toll, even if it is only exhaustion. So be careful with yourselves out there if you find yourselves following them down this particular rabbit hole. With a quick Google, Wall finds the first official Illuminati TM website, Illuminati Official, and downloads their manifesto to read. This Bible of the Illuminated Ones is full of QR codes that link back to Reddit threads, tying every conspiracy theory back to the Illuminati. This kind of syncretism is typical of contemporary conspiracy theories, absorbing every crackpot theory and historical mystery, which is one of the things that makes it so widespread. When these theories were discrete instances of crazy, they were far more underground and arguably less dangerous. It was possible to feel like you and you alone had access to arcane knowledge that you'd discovered because you were so smart. But when every goober in butt-crack nowhere can find any and all of the world's supposedly great secrets by doing their own research, it kind of takes the shine off it, doesn't it? I mean, the Catholic Church, the CIA, and the New World Order have kept these things a secret for decades, centuries, even millennia. But you, with all your 5 minutes worth of Googling, have managed to uncover it? What kind of reject shop, shadowy cabal of shape-changing lizards is this, anyway? They clearly need to upgrade their 1Password. Wall presents a brief history of the Illuminati in 85 seconds, taking us all the way back to the historical Bavarian Illuminati of Adam Weishaupt, which was disbanded under the Duke of Bavaria's ban on secret societies in 1785. Wall, in their searches, meets Deborah, admin of an Illuminati Facebook group, and would-be Virgil to Wall's Milton. Offering fame and fortune and success with the grammar of a Year 9 who needs academic assistance, Deborah claims to serve Lucifer and God in the space of the same DM. When Deborah disqualifies Wall from joining the Illuminati because they refuse to send all the information required for identity theft, proof of genuine intent, and a sacrifice of $70, Wall tells us that this lockdown is beginning to feel like I'm the only person on the planet, so I turn to my Illuminati friends, which is the kernel of the explosion of the conspiracy cults of COVID-19. Lonely, bored people who isolate themselves from their friends and family and so turn to the only other community they have readily to hand. So many bored middle-class white people with too much time on their hands thanks to lockdown. So many grifters and pervs trying to scam money or nudes out of the confused and exploitable. In Wall's relentless 3-week quest spamming every Illuminati troll on social media, they get doxxed, threatened, beef up their online security with a VPN and a burner phone, which they probably should have done that to start with, reads the Da Vinci Code, gets blocked from a bunch of Facebook groups, and even Deborah has ghosted them now. But Wall can't leave Deborah alone. After paying the money and discovering, surprise, that this was a scam all along, Wall goes full Liam Neeson and hunts Deborah down. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but it is triumphant. Did Wall end up joining the Illuminati after all? Well, they're non-committal in our interview, and I'm not going to out them either way. Of course, all this could just be an elaborate double or triple blind, right? Maybe we're all in it, and it's only you that's one of the sheeple. That one time I joined the Illuminati is definitely filled with conspiracy theory memes, references, and jokes. And if that's what you're looking for, you'll have a great time. But the show isn't really about the Illuminati or conspiracy theories. It's actually about the despair of social isolation, especially under lockdown. But for a lot of people out there, pandemic or no, this is one of the realities of mental illness. It's scary, it's lonely, it's actually deeply sad. But the songs are poppy with a kind of Sarah Blasco vibe. The video and the animations are very impressive, and Wall is smart and funny. That One Time I Joined the Illuminati is a terrific show. It'd just be a lot funnier if so much of it wasn't so destructively real to so many people.